Well, good evening. Welcome to Soft Life Podcast. I'm your girl, Bruce Boswell, your host. I thought I'd come live and see we can start an organic conversation. And basically, it's just talking about your thoughts about the Sonya Massey case. Just share what you're thinking, what you're feeling. No matter the race, we all part of the human race. And that's where we need to get to. I'm your girl, Bruce Boswell. I'm sitting here waiting on you. Couple housekeeping items. Always have the link to join the stage in the comment section. If you want to join, please hit the thumbs up. It costs you nothing. And I thought I'd come. Hey, how you doing, baby girl vibes? Did you get the notification? I thought I would just pop on and kind of talk about the Sonya Massey case. Great. I'm glad. How you feeling today? I know I'm just chilling. I actually made me some spaghetti. I hadn't cooked, I don't cook that often. My energy's so low. I didn't cook. I don't cook, but I did today. And I was sitting here thinking, I didn't see so many revelations about what actually happened in those video clips. And everybody talking about it over there on TikTok. So I said, let me come to where I like to talk and have a conversation. Well, welcome in. How you doing, Faith? We got baby girl vibes here. I thought I'd pop in and see just what's happening. This is so sad and has made me so mad. It is. Listen, I sat there and watched because more and more footage is coming out about behind the scenes, and it's disturbing. I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. I was telling baby girl vibes I hadn't cooked in a long while, and today I made me some spaghetti, so I'm glad I did that. I haven't been able to focus at all today. Yeah, it's sad. I want to kind of walk through that and talk about it. OSAS now they found something on my. Oh Lord, ain't one thing is another. My apologies. I fell asleep last time. I had already taken my medicine. Like, listen, how we are. Self care is always first. I mean, even if you just come in and throw a thumbs up, let us know you all right. That's all I need. I'm always glad to connect with y'all and get an update on how you doing, sending up love and prayers and healing for you. I was talking to my mother the other day. I said, getting older ain't no fun. How you doing, Annie? Welcome in. Y'all, if you haven't already, if y'all could take a moment and hit the thumbs up, I sure appreciate it. Try to get some more people in. Baby girl vibes, God bless you. I pray for your healing. Amen. I join you in that prayer. When two or more come together, please talk about it. It is so sad that happened. Yeah, it is. I actually did another video, and I uploaded it first on TikTok because I wanted to. So glad everybody doing well. I'm glad we can spend a little time together. For however long you can stay, or if you just come in and say, hey, I just want to talk as a community about like our realities. May God bless you with a healed body in Jesus' name. Amen. I join you in that prayer. You know how we are, baby girl vibes. We send in love and prayer your way. God is a healer and a provider. And we all ain't just came across each other by chance. This was a divine intervention. Amen. I was looking at that, and Annie, welcome in. Thank you for being here. If you like what we do here, we just mature, organic group of genuine people that come together and support each other, talk about mental health, talk about life and everything else, and just be a support system and kind of try to make sense of this world, and have some takeaway and some learning from it. So that's what we do over here. The first thing, so let's just walk through. Let's walk through it from the beginning to where we are today. Um, Wait a minute, let me see what Faith said. Faith said, you're welcome, sis. Try to stay positive. Amen. I know it's hard sometimes, but it's going to be okay. And I agree with that. I agree with that. Divine intervention. I love that. And that's true. I believe in that for real. So let me start the conversation. That young lady called, you know, to get her property checked out because she thought there might be an intruder. Um, from the footage that I seen, the cop was cocky from the very beginning. Soon, banging on the door, saying, sheriff's office, what have you. And then when she finally got to the door, he wanted to know what took her so long. Well, it don't matter what took me so long, but I'm here. She said she was trying to get herself together. That was the first sign of this guy gonna be a problem. He had an attitude from the beginning. Then they go in the house, and when you start asking questions, outside of why you here, then what are we doing? She even acknowledged them and said, she apologized and thanked them for being there. Said, I love y'all. And he getting cocky because when he asked her last name, she paused. He don't know if she dealing with cognitive struggles. Oh, let me back up. I think she had went to the hospital or something. She had one of those wristbands on from the hospital, y'all. First thing he wanted to ask her is, how's her mental health? What in the hell does that got to do with anything? You coming at my house at 2, 3 in the morning, and you ask me why it take me so long to get to the door. Number one, ain't nobody just up roaming around like that. It take a minute when you're a woman. Make sure you presentable. I heard I know a little bit about that too, baby girl. That alkaline diet is supposed to be really good. Definitely look into that. And also, it's hard for all of us, but those raw diets are supposed to be very helpful as well. Yes, that is right. Hold on. Right, showing his arrogance and trying to push back. Yeah, he was showing. And what's his first thing about, how your mental health? Where in the hell that come from? And then when she paused, when he asked her last name, he said, basically, shouldn't be no pause. Like, why you don't know your last name? Then she tell him her last name. I heard about the car, her car windows was broken. He, in my opinion, was looking for an opportunity. So when he asked about the last name and some ID, then he said, well, go ahead and turn that water off. We don't want no accidents. So she get up to turn off the water on the stove. And when she in the process of moving, I guess he backing up or whatever. She was like, and she in another room, like that. It's the same room, but they separate. And there's no aggression, no strangeness about her. He said, he backing up because he don't want no water on him. And she says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And he say, what you say? She repeated. And he basically said, no, the F you won't. I'll shoot you in your effing head. And proceeds to shoot her in her head. Exactly, Faith. He treated that lady as if somebody called the cops on her. But listen to this, y'all. Hold on, let me catch up on these comments. We'll check into all that. Yeah, check into it and let us know. You could tell she was starting to feel like she didn't want to talk to you. Yeah, she started to feel something. Exactly. I noticed that too. Bad attitude. You got that right, Annie. But here, y'all, listen. This man right here have worked for six, hear me now, 6 different police precincts since 2020. What does that tell you? He didn't work for 6 different police stations since 2020. 2020, this man didn't been at six different police stations. Right? She said, "Why are you backing up?" And he said, "Because you have steaming water." And then that's when she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Exactly. And that did something to him. And the thing about it is, he said what he was going to do. Exactly. And then he said, put the pot down after he shot her. So what is that? He said, put the pot down, and she was already down. She was already down. But 6 different police stations in 4 years. That's so being in leadership. And if I was to look at somebody's resume that when I'm scanning to hire, that's a red flag to me. I would not proceed with that person, because what that tells me is there is a problem here, and the common denominator is you. Is you. That person has a that I'm waiting to see. And he said, "Do not help." Exactly. The guy said he was gonna go and get the first aid, and he said it was a kill shot. He said you can, but it ain't. It basically it don't matter. It's a kill shot. Shot. She got shot in the face. That's when she said sorry, and she started. Yeah. When she said sorry, her hands was already up. It was already put down. Look at it again. And then while she was bending over, putting it down, that's when he shot her. Yep. That's a shame. Yeah, he a murderer. Hey, Awareness, how you doing, my friend? Glad you can make it in. But and then hold on, y'all, it gets juicier. I seen the footage just a little while ago where when they're not identifying who is the caller to dispatch, but it said that it was a self-inflicted shot. That video is going around. They're not they're saying they don't know who would say that and what officer called that in the dispatch, that basically she shot herself in the head. I heard that. I heard the actual video of that. They in the room. I heard that video. And then I saw the other video where he's basically coercing his partner that was in there with him without directly saying the story that he gonna tell. I had to shoot her. I wasn't gonna get no hot water in my face. You see that? I had to shoot her. You see that water that close to us? It almost got us. And then I seen another footage where his partner that was in there, that he was, when he walked to his cruise controller by himself, his hands were shaking because he got something to wipe off his hands, and he was taking deep breaths. And by that guy's behavior, you could tell that guy was in a state, his partner was in a state of shock for real. And you heard her whisper when the dispatcher asked again, was it a self-inflicted shot? Whoever the cop is, they ain't identified which cop that lied and said that, said yes. So they tried to pass it off as suicide. And then here's the other part. They are saying Trump stated that he would pardon him as soon as he is elected. He probably would. I don't believe he probably would. I truly believe he would. I appreciate y'all coming in. If you haven't done it yet, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. Helps the algorithm. Here's another eerie part of this story. Initially, the father, they didn't tell the father what happened to her. Um, the father was her father was under the impression, y'all, that she was unalived by an intruder. How the father found out that it was a police unaliving is because the girl's uncle, the father's brother, seen it on the news and reached out and called his brother and asked what was his daughter Sonya's address. And when Sonya's father told his brother what the address was, he said, "Well, I'm reading and they reporting on the news that it's a police unaliving," and that's how they found out. And then that's how they was under the impression that it was an intruder that unalived that girl. This is a prejudiced white guy that is dying from stage 3 colon cancer and decided that he was going to get himself a black cure. He got stage? I haven't read that part. He got stage 3 colon cancer? Yeah. That's what they initially said until the footage was reviewed and the news started reporting allegedly what happened. But initially the family was just told that they was under the impression that the child, this young lady took her own life. That an intruder took her life. It's two scenarios. It was two lies going around. One, that the family thought that there was an intruder that took her life. And then the police initially was saying that she took her life until that footage came out to show who took her life. And then that's when the father got Ben Crump involved about that unaliving. Because initially, the information that was being reported was an intruder or a suicide. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I didn't hear nothing about that colon cancer. Who said that? Let me see. Oh, Awareness said that. Yes, and is wearing a bag on his waist as we speak. The partner's webcam tells the whole story. I seen the partner's webcam. I'm about to go back. Because I even seen the footage afterwards when the partner was at his patrol car by himself. And that got but see, this is the thing. The partner was responding in a manner of the peer, his peer. And that partner didn't know what to do. That partner was put in a compromising position, and he just followed along with his peer. But I think that partner should have told the truth soon as the police got there. Yeah, she put the pot in the sink. I think she had already. She had already put it down. Yeah, listen. He didn't, and then he didn't pow her once. He did it 3 times. He wanted to make sure that she didn't have no. It wasn't a possibility for her to tell no story. He was far away from her. Exactly. He wasn't even in the same room. He didn't like what she said, and he took her out because of it. That's just it. We don't even need to create no theories. We all saw the same video cams, and everybody will look at that video cams, and them gaslighters and them fake news reporters will come up with all these different stories. We all saw the same thing. He has far away from her, and she never acted like she was going to throw it. Not at all. She even threw up her hand and said, "I'm sorry." She ducked out of fear. And he lunged forward towards her. He went towards her and then started shooting. And even if she did, why would you shoot someone over? Listen, we didn't see people act a plumb fool that would have justified why an officer would pow them. That this right here is by no means any reason to put 3 bullets in somebody. We know why this happened. We know why this happened. Yes, it is. It's very crazy. Where it says she thought she had an intruder trying to break in her house, and they did find her car. Her car. They said the windows was busted, burglarized, but they think the cops did it. I believe that too. I believe that too. See, he told her to get the pot off. Exactly. He told her to move it. Lord have mercy. I need to watch. Yeah, it's a lot of them. See, more and more videos is surfacing, baby girl vibes. When you get a chance, just Google her name. And then his name is Sean Grayson. Google his, more different videos will come up. Yeah, I think he went there because here's the thing, y'all. Help me understand this. Why? What? She just, it took her a few minutes to gather herself to come down and open up the door, right? Why you want to know what took me so long and then ask me, how's my mental health? What in the hell that got to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? Exactly. She didn't know that she was calling to get unalived. But here's the thing, and see that dude, see, oh, and here and pay attention to this too, y'all. He put on his, he turned his cam on after the fact. He wasn't banking on, he forgot. He didn't, when he turned it on, he didn't think either one of them had they cameras on. His partner said, "Oh, I had mine on." That guy didn't think they had that either one of them had their cameras on. I think if he would have known that, she would still be alive. He went in there, he went there with intention. He went there with intention. And even though those cams don't save a life, but at least it can tell the real stories. Because until the last decade, just think about all these unalivings. Probably 10% of them ain't even it has the truth. How many unalivings that have happened for unjust causes? I don't think it was based on what she said. He had his agenda before he entered her home. He was terminated from multiple departments prior to this kill for excessive force. Is that why he was? I know I said earlier at the beginning of this, I don't I said I knew that there was a problem because he had been at 6 other precincts since 2020. So I said, working in corporate America, I know for a fact when if you didn't had 6 different jobs in 4 years, that would have been a red flag to me, and I would not have proceeded with you because the common denominator is you. There's a problem, and the only common denominator is you. I would not have proceeded with that person. And I was talking to my mother about this earlier. That's crazy how he can jump from 6 precincts in 4 years. That's that privilege, because you can believe a black cop wouldn't have been able to jump 6 different precincts in 4 years. It would have been all kind of red flags. All kind of red flags. Yeah, premeditated. Exactly. 6, let that sink in though, y'all. 6 jobs in 4 years. I think that we are somewhat numb. Yeah, I know we are. Because it's becoming exactly. Exactly. But you know what though? And I'm gonna say it, and it doesn't take anything away from this situation here. It stings a little more. But I want us to be as fired up as we are about this as we are about when we do it to each other. I want us to be as fired up. I want us to go in them neighborhoods and start holding each other accountable. People in power that have ability to change this and nothing has been done. They don't want, why would they want to do anything about it? So I did a video and basically my whole about this situation, but my whole point is to help educate people because a lot of us don't vote. That's sad. You wouldn't think that it's like that in current day, but a lot of us aren't even registered and have never voted, and that's just being honest. Um, A lot of people don't realize your local elections impact your life far more than everybody is groomed and are conditioned to focus on the presidential election. But really, the presidential election is not more important than your local elections. Those local elections, you should get out, you should crawl, you should roll down the street in a wheelchair and make sure you vote in those, because those are the people that live in your community that are going to regulate how they treat you and how it goes there. That one is far more important to each of us individually than the presidential election. Your local election will dictate your quality of life more than the presidential. That's where your judges, your the chief of police, all those elected positions, your city council and commissioners, all them people dictate what goes on in your neighborhood. So if you got a lot of these racist people out here in these positions, what kind of quality life you think you gonna have if you ain't voting? There needs to be more people. Yeah, there needs to be more education. So it's a lot of us that don't know, that are unaware of how politics really work. And I don't even know, to be honest with y'all, how I started to become educated, other than mine started when I was 18 years old. It was a presidential year. When I turned 18, it just so happened to be a presidential year, and that's when Clinton was running for president. So when I turned 18, I registered and I was able to vote. And I just immediately became very passionate about politics. And then when I turned 20, I worked for an attorney's office for a couple years, and I really enjoyed working for them. I learned a lot. And I started to see the discrepancies, with our realities, because a lot of people didn't grow up with their parents speaking about it. Yep. And it's evident. I am deeply disturbed by the black on black crimes too, regardless of which race. Same race crimes are much higher than else. Exact. That's what I'm talking about. That right there. White on white, Mexican on Mexican. Get it? Exactly. And and just as a black race, I'm concerned because we have really become comfortable with us unaliving us. But you let somebody else unalive us, and it's all hell break loose. I need all hell to break loose when we do that to us. I have spoke about so many of our cases with husbands, boyfriends, or just people in the young people in the streets, you know, that we could save a lot of lives if we start telling the truth and holding ourselves accountable, and quit looking the other way and being cocky, telling each other to mind our own business until it happened to us, and want everybody to get in our business and donate to GoFundMe's. We have to really start to be honest about these things. When I came on yesterday, I went over that project 2025, all the things that they are looking to implement if Trump um, gets back into office. And here's our reality. Um, we really got to start focusing on the things that matter, because we have been conditioned. Oh, you know, sell stuff online, content creation, sell these wigs, and it could change my life. That we think, oh, as long as I'm making money, it don't matter to me. How many people lives were ruined or taken away and they had a lot of money? When there is a strong agenda, like the agenda that's going on current day today, you shouldn't give a damn about all that other stuff. You should be focused on, how do we get somebody in office that can protect our rights? I knew we was in trouble with Roe versus Wade, and then when they got rid of affirmative action, And if he get back in this round, whatever's left is gone. Her father said in 1918 in Springfield they found it. Yeah, I saw that. So so a lot of my family on my mother's side, I used to spend summers. I spent summers in two different areas because I'm from the Midwest, and that's where my family is from. We either live in Ohio, Michigan, or Illinois. My mother's side of the family, a lot of them live in Springfield. I used to spend summers I know Springfield very well. I have family there today. Springfield is a small town. It's a racist town, and it's a lot of it's a lot of crime now, and it's a divided community. You have a lot of like I couldn't, like, you know how you go to them small towns and you feel like you in a time camp. So I ain't been back in Springfield in years. I haven't been back in Springfield in years. But my family, I talk to my family, my first cousins, and they live there. I just don't visit there because it's nowhere to visit to me. But Springfield is one of those, like, a lot of poverty. Yes, locally, I especially pay attention to elected judges. Exactly. District attorneys based on their punishment records, abuse of, exactly, ruin on cases that affect our community. Police, exactly. Exactly. Her father. Yeah. Cause it's I think, was it affirmative action? Was it Annie, it was affirmative action, wasn't it? That was founded in Springfield, I believe. Something like that. But here's the truth. So I believe if Trump get back in the office, we're gonna see a whole lot more of this. A whole lot more. And this is my concern with the community, y'all. And I'm just being very, very transparent and honest. When we get on social media and we act as ignorant as we want to be, because the more toxic and ignorant we be, then the increase of the views and then increase of my check. And then you see other races, look at that. They see all of us like that. And it's going to create a great discomfort for all of us. Because I don't care how sophisticated you think you are and how much you want to say you ain't a part of it. At the end of the day, we all group together, whether you want to accept it or not. You can be as educated and as successful as you think you are, but at the end of the day, you are N-word to the majority, to a lot of them. I won't say the majority because this is a lot of good people out there. But when they see one fool, they don't just see that person. They start to expect it out of all of us. We all that way. And okay. I saw that. I just couldn't remember what he said. Because I watched his video when he was standing next to Crump. My mind then just went blank. I was gonna tell y'all something. But it's a sad state of events, y'all. And what's even sad though, you know, you people will say, "Oh, well, just obey the law and you ain't got nothing to worry about." More and more, how much proof do you got to show? That's just not true. That's not true. He cannot believe it is still happening. Yeah. I, I don't know why not. It's happening everywhere else. Springfield ain't immune from it. Springfield is a small divided city. You got that's a divided city. So um that's not something rare at all for that to be Springfield. It's a small hick city. And in those low income areas, um, it's, it's like that back in the day mentality, like they in a time warp. And we have to really really take a stance, like how they say it's God's side and it's the other side. We gotta really start taking a stance. Is the dignified side and the ignorant side, because the level of ignorance that we just dismiss or excuse, it's just no longer, it's hurting all of us. When you start speaking out against it, people say you hating, or it's always us talking about each other. I can't talk about ignorance and this mess if you ain't presenting it to the world. And I wouldn't even care if I didn't know what I know. I know that it affects all of us. I have lived it in corporate America. I have lived in it in my community. I didn't grow up in the hood. I know the differences and I know the realities. And this racism and prejudices are so strong that they will, the racist people, evil people, will vote against themselves because they hate you so much. I heard Bruce Trump might let him off the hook if he wins. Listen, I didn't hear that, but as God is my witness, I thought it. And if Trump wins, I 100% believe it. I 100%. I no. I 100% expect it. I expect it. Take care and be safe. I have to go. Thanks for coming, Faith. Wish I can stay longer, but I have a lot. It's just wild, y'all. And my biggest concern is if Trump get in the office, we're gonna see a lot more of this. That lady literally, he went to her house to unalive somebody, and it just so happened to be her. Good night, my friend. Blessings. Come back again. We'll see you soon. I'll go back live again soon. Um it's unfair. And it's troubling that they had all these stories come out, and well, none of them true until the footage came out. I heard the same announcement about Trump stating he would pardon the cop. Oh, let me see. Let's see what we got, y'all. Yeah, keep me straight, y'all. Give me stuff to do, because I'll be sitting here sometimes, my brain fog. That's why I get off here. I ain't got nothing to talk about. Um, did Trump state he would pardon Sean Grayson? No, it's not. Awareness, it's not on here. I don't see it. And let me say it. Let me do it one other way and see if it come up. Trump to pardon. I'll say Trump. Okay, this is on X. I did another one. Wait a minute. So this is off of Twitter. No, just somebody just said it. They tweeted this, said Trump is going to pardon and give Sean Grayson full immunity for the unaliving of Sonya Massey, and that just might start a full out nationwide riot and civil war. But I don't see where let me see. Trump actions in use. No, I don't see where he made that announcement. So that's somebody. That's a prime example of what the country thinks about Trump's psyche, his mental health. Because I sure enough thought it, but he ain't announced that yet. But you know what? If he need to get that evil hatred going, I can see him coming forth and saying something like that. I heard somewhere on the internet where they said that his little running mate out of Ohio, my home state, um his VP candidate, that now he thought that he was a shoe in because of Biden, and now that Kamala is running, that he pissed that he picked that young guy, that he would have picked somebody else. He probably would have picked a woman. And so I thought it is because he don't believe in loyalty or nothing to nobody. I can also see him dropping that guy and going and get somebody new. Hey, if it see if it happened. I can see him dropping um that young guy and getting somebody. Listen, even though he don't like us, I can see him dropping that young guy and going there and get Candace Owens or somebody. Because contrary to what popular belief, a lot of them really like her. Yeah, JD Vance. Exactly. And my mother said he out of Middletown. They said that he believe in disciplining your wife and everything. Whatever you got to do to but to keep the marriage together, and if that means he believe in barefoot and pregnant and no contraceptive, and if you got to discipline your wife, then so be it. That's what he believe in. And when I went over that list yesterday, some of the items that's in that Project 2025, I mean, no contraceptives. That's forcing people. But see, that's an agenda though. It's making it illegal to have condoms and contraceptives because they need workers. And then you got that Elon Musk that grew up under apartheid in Africa. But so I will stand corrected, and I'm glad. I didn't think that Kamala could win, but I think she got a shot. She made history. She raised the most money in 24 hours in any candidate in the history, that 80 something $1,000,000, what, 84 million in 24 hours. That's the most somebody made in history. And they also said, which I believe, that Trump, he's pretty much said he wasn't looking at like the middle age white woman, that's why he got the young guy. But now that Kamala's in the game, she could win the middle age white woman vote. And that's why Trump is pissed that he got that JD Vance. He's so shady and unpredictable. I could see him dropping that JD Vance guy and pulling somebody else. It'll be interesting to see who Kamala get, but I heard that she might get that and he's very well liked, that governor out of Kentucky. They said that he will be a great running mate. I'm nervous too. And you know what? And you know they plotting. And that's the whole thing when I be referencing these young black women and black women in general, because they all be over there on TikTok acting a fool. They need to be, we all should be nervous. We all should be concerned. This ain't something like, oh, this happened, it's going to affect other people, not me. We will all feel this. And when you got people over there in la la land, and then you got some of us that is voting against us. I don't get it. Look, remember baby girl Vibe. I don't see her no more. Remember average logical thinker. She ever since me and her went back and forth on that Trump, she was a Trump supporter and I ain't. She don't even come no more. But I was trying to really understand, like, how can a black person, like, do they not see what I see? I ain't the most intelligent chick, but I'm far from a dummy. And I know I know what kind of person that he is. Like, I don't understand. And not that it ain't in, you know, in all of them, but there is some that are worse than others. And Trump is the worst. But see, he ain't no good for nobody. But he sure enough ain't good for us. Yeah, exactly. Awareness. Exactly. I'm listen, I just pray. I really do pray that we don't never have to figure out or find out what a second term with him okay would be. It is disturbing. Um and Lord knows I'm not wishing any ill will on nobody. I want everybody to live in peace and healthy. But if that man get back in office, I think we're gonna see a lot more of what happened the other day in Springfield, Illinois. Because I've seen it too many times where in his first term, people were just very aggressive and angry and scary for real. Yeah, my mother told me that. I found that out today. She said he was married to an Indian woman. So I guess if she get out of line, he whoop her tail. He whoop her tail. And he from Middletown. Middletown is only 20 minutes from my hometown. Now, Middletown is worse than Springfield. When I was describing Springfield, Illinois, Middletown, Ohio is high rate of drug addicts, no money, um, homes that are condemned. Like there is like that's an area where you got to be from there to live there, because who could live there? There's nothing. And then I heard his mama, she in rehab, and I can believe that because that's all Middletown, Ohio is full of is dope heads and poverty. There's nothing in Middletown, Ohio. Nothing. So I was shocked because I didn't know where he's from. My mother said Middletown. So he got to be poor and broke because ain't no money in Middletown at all. Like, there is no money in Middletown. So if he living in Middletown, that's a poor dude right there. He ain't got no money. He ain't got no money at all. And it'll be interesting to see how this thing pan out. And these young, I think the one good thing too though is a lot of these young voters don't like Trump. They don't, they don't like none of them, but they really don't like him. Who is an ex drug addict? You talking about JD Vance's mother? She a current one because if you talking about her, she a current one because she in rehab trying to become a ex one. She in rehab as we speak, which is, I can't knock that because life happened to everybody. But where you getting all these policies and stuff? You need to be focusing on what's going on in your immediate household with your mama. And they don't want to give no aid and benefits and stuff. If that's the case, coming from Middletown, Ohio, if they had on benefits, because I'm sure his mama on Medicaid. Because listen, y'all, I know Middletown ain't got no money. I mean, no money. Like, you know how area, if you moved into it, probably like how Flint, Michigan, how everybody heard about Flint, poverty and it's just horrible. That's Middletown. That's Middletown. Yeah, she trying to become an ex drug addict. From what I heard, she in rehab right now. So if she in rehab, she ain't no ex drug addict. She still one. Which no, I mean, my heart goes out to her. I ain't talking about her, but I'm not surprised because that's all that's in Middletown. There's nothing else there. So, but I'm gonna look up. I think awareness said that. I want to look up and see um if I can find the details behind why Grayson let me see if I can find some details on why he was fired at those other locations. 6 jobs in 4 years. I know what that means. Why was Sean Grayson terminated? All right, let me see. So here's what it say, y'all. It says a former sheriff's deputy charged with unaliving in the fatal shooting of Sonya Massey, a 36-year-old Black woman, unalived inside her Illinois home, had been employed by a half dozen police agencies since 2020, according to state law enforcement records. Sean Grayson's career included short stints as a part-time officer at 3 small police departments and a full-time job at a 4th department, as well as working full-time at 2 sheriff's offices, all in central Illinois. So he was jumping from county to county. Look, this guy only 30 years old. You know it was something wrong. He had all them jobs in 4 years and he only 30. That he was a bully. He was a punk and a bully with a badge. A mentally ill one, dangerous. Grayson, 30, who is white, has pled not guilty to first-degree unaliving, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct charges in the July 6th unaliving. He was fired last week by the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office. Wait a minute. Show it up. It says the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board shows Grayson was hired part-time on August 11, 2020 by the Pawnee Police Department. He also was hired part-time on February 21st. So shoot, he wasn't at these places no more than 6 months. 2021 by the Kincaid Police Department, and on May 2021 by the Verdon Police Department. So look, from one, he got hired February 4th, and by May 20th, he was at a new one. And then it says 2 months later, he was hired full-time by the Auburn Police Department and remained there until May 1st, 2022, when he was hired full-time by the Logan County Sheriff's Office. Grayson left Logan County on April 28th, 2023, and was hired full-time on May 1st, 2023 by the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office. He received his part-time law enforcement certification on June 5th, 2021, according to the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board. His certification status currently reads as suspended on the board's website. He was dangerous. Mm-mm-mm. That's unbelievable. That's crazy though. When you look, yeah, floating, and and guys like that with them egos, they deadly. They deadly. And the reality is, y'all, if that one guy, because he didn't think neither one, he thought they both of their cameras was off. He wasn't banking that other guy's camera because he said he tried to play, oh damn, or whatever he said, and then turned on his camera. And then the other guy said, oh, mine was already on. He wasn't planning on that. That's when he started telling that story on camera, saying, well, I had to shoot. I wasn't gonna get no hot water on my face. You know what I mean? That's why the water right there. She almost got us. It's terrible. It's terrible. We got to really and in that and see, this is another thing. A lot of these younger people are so disassociated from history and the real struggles. How many people that left this world, like Sonya Massey, for us to enjoy the rights that we had today, don't know about them stories. And if Trump get in office, how they want to wipe away our history. They don't. When you don't have any sense of respect, accountability, and obligation, then this is where we are. A lot of these young people don't have a sense of obligation to pay it forward. They don't know these stories. Mm-mm-mm. I'm used to these stories because I've seen them for some years now. But to see that footage in real time like that, it does something to you. You got to be a shallow person for that not to have affect you. Yeah. Amen. He didn't want the partner to administer any life-saving technique. He wanted to kill. And yeah, exactly. He said that was a kill shot. And then since he remembered that the cam was on, that's when he said, you can go get some if you want to, but that's a kill wound. It is sad. And here's the thing though, y'all. Cold-blooded. You know how we could be irate and aggressive and just very, very, and it ain't even aggressive. We know it ain't, because it's our nature, but that's how it's deemed. You know how we can just be very emotional and very expressive. She wasn't even none of that. She was very even keel, very lapsadaisical. What nothing about her aggressive, loud, boisterous, nothing. How they deem us to be. She was none of that. He just didn't like her demeanor. He didn't like her. And I had did a video the other day, and I talked about community, how important community is, because I spoke about Black women being unalive, and when the matriarch is gone, it leaves a hole that typically can't be fulfilled. And that's where community comes in. And we don't have community anymore. And it is very, very much needed. We need community. She was yeah, she was. She even said, "I'm sorry." Full compliance. This was about, amen. And let me say this: it's gonna be a true race war. So that's first. Well, I read it today. That this is very good. And I'm glad. I'm glad about this, y'all. He has no bond. He should not have a bond. He shouldn't have, by no means, uh get any opportunity to be bonded out. And I have been following exactly a lot of these content creators that's exposing the true realities about what goes on behind prison walls. He get in jail, them boys gonna deal with him. He gonna have to be probably in solitary confinement where around nobody else. He probably take his own life. He probably take his life. I didn't know that. Hold on. Awareness, you said that. Let me see. Sean, let me see if I can find where it say his medical condition. Hold on. Um Hey Siri.
Mm-hmm.
Officer Sean Grayson out of Springfield, Illinois. Does he have a medical condition?
Grayson has methionine synthase deficiency, also known as cobalamin G disease, meaning he has low levels of an essential amino acid, methionine, which is critical for many important processes in the body, including making and regulating DNA. This is from.
Let me see. No, that ain't the same guy. Let me Google it. Let me type it. That might be better. Sean Grayson. Medical condition. Awareness, you still there? Because I don't see it. Weak people. I'm trying to find where they say he got cancer or something. I can't find it. Step by step look at how law enforcement visit fatal police shooting of Sonya, body cam, funeral held. Illinois deputy charged with murder discouraged partner from trying to save her. Awareness, where did you hear that he got cancer? Weak people like him usually take themselves out. It was said he had stage 3 colon cancer and is wearing. Yeah, I can't. That's what I'm. That right there, I can't find it. Let me see. I'll put, does Sean Grayson have colon cancer? Does Deputy Sean Grayson? Wait a minute. From Springfield, Illinois, have colon cancer. I think that's a lie. Awareness. I can't find that. That's not true. If it is, I can't find it. And I'm pretty good at being able to verify. Because when I'm wrong, I come back and I say, oh, y'all made a mistake. Whoever reporting that, I ain't finding that. Yeah, I'm not finding that. Yeah. Well, maybe it'll come back because I'm not finding it. Let me see. No, I don't see it on there. I wonder if this guy was married. So his attorney had asked for Grayson's release on condition that weapons be removed from his home, that he undergo a mental health evaluation, and to be put on around the clock electronic monitoring. Um, listen, uh, Macy, she was a little old thing. She only weighed 110 pounds, y'all. She was small. Look, it says Macy, weighing about 110 pounds, posed no threat to the 6'3". That was a big dude. 6'3", 228-pound Grayson, who was armed and accompanied by another deputy, and after pow-powing her, refused to render aid. Yeah, she was a small lady. She was real small. And like they said, she didn't impose no threat. But we have to, and that's why I say, like, it real like having communities is so important. It really is. And we just got so much work to do in our community. We got so much work. It's almost like you don't know where to start. I thought it was against him and his rights to medical privacy, but I heard the report with my ears. Okay. Oh yeah, that's my mind went blank. HIPAA. So they can't disclose his medical information. That's against HIPAA law. Whoever reported that, they might have spoken out of turn because he could have a lawsuit on that. That's medical information is private information. That's against the HIPAA law. And I can't find it on here. So it might be true though. And then somebody said, "Hey, you can't report that, we could be sued," and they took it down. But I'm not showing any evidence you know, records show deputy charged in Sonya Massey. Let me see. Let me see what this one say. Wait a minute. Let me see. Records show deputies charged in Sonya Massey's fatal shooting work. Oh, that's working for 6 different agencies. That's pretty guilty. Guilty. But ain't that something, y'all? Just think about this though. It ain't just him. You had a group of people that was trying to cover this up at first. I told y'all the daddy thought from what he understood, the daddy thought exactly the HIPAA law. Um, that intruder took her life until his brother saw an article online and asked what her address was, and said, "Well, they ain't saying an intruder unalived. They saying a police officer did." Ain't that wild? And then y'all can Google this. Here, I'll Google it, and if I can find it, let me hold on. Y'all can hear it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
says it's assessing the deadly police shooting of Sonya Massey, the Illinois woman who called 911 about a possible.
Hold on. I think I sent it to myself. Let me go back.
New at 6, Fulton County could lose its payers.
Tonight, the FBI charging 9 suspects in a murder for hire plotted.
Shocking body camera video released today shows the deadly police shooting of Sonya Massey.
Can y'all hear this?
Mother of 2 called 911 just before 1 a.m. because of a possible prowler, only to be shot by a deputy inside her own Illinois home. A now former deputy faces 3 counts of first-degree murder. CBS's Roxana Saberi has the video that shows the chaotic moments, and we do want to warn you that it is hard to watch.
The body camera video reveals the events leading up to the horrific scene.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry.
Doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure?
My medicine and stuff.
All right. Okay.
I love y'all. Thank y'all.
Inside the home, Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson can be heard asking Sonya Massey to check on the stove.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Within seconds, things become tense.
Where you going?
Wait for your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
No, that's where you're you trade your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Massey starts to set down the pot and apologizes. Grayson fires 3 times, striking her in the face.
Headshot woman, female, 278.
Prosecutors say Grayson's partner tried to give the 36-year-old first aid, even though Grayson discouraged him.
I'm gonna go get my kid. Yeah, sure, she's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot.
Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump is representing Massey's family.
Sonya needed a helping hand, but she got a shot to the face by the police.
James Wilburn is Massey's father.
I'm heartbroken. I just don't know what to say.
What's the hardest part about this for you?
I think the last words that my daughter said to me was, "Daddy, I love you." And to know and realize that I won't see her again. I can't talk to her again.
Oh, let me see something. Where awareness, where did you find that article at? So I can look it up. Grayson, who has worked for several other law enforcement agencies in the area, was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer in October 2020. What's the site? I'm gonna look it up. Let me see if I can find that one thing I was going to let me see. What did you call up? Sean. Let me go back to the beginning.
Tonight, the Justice Department says it's assessing the deadly police shooting of Sonya Massey, the Illinois woman. Shocking body camera video released today shows the deadly police shooting of Sonya Massey.
Here again.
Tonight, the Justice Department said
Can't finish it. Like,
Massey's 17-year-old
I can't finish it. Like,
Massey's 17-year-old son Malachi and her mother Donna say they're still in shock.
This can't be real. I don't know how this could be real. I'm sorry. I got some paperwork.
That is. I put the link above. I don't see it. Let me just Google. It didn't show. I couldn't find it. It won't let you put. Let me see. Sean Grayson, stage 3. Cancer. Let me put Springfield. Springfield. That's why I was asking what did you put up so that way I could have put the link up. Yeah, I can't find it, but any it don't matter. They ain't gonna keep his butt out of jail. And you know what? We gotta face the realities that this country just is not what we thought it was. It ain't. It's a lot of sickness over here. It's far too much sickness. People just, doing any and everything. There's no order here anymore. I don't even know if there was more, but it's just gone to a point to where it's dangerous. I don't care where you live. Yeah, it's very bad. It is very the State Journal Register. Let me see. Oh, it came right up the State Journal Register. Let me see. I see where it says I'll have to read it and try to find it. But so anyway, awareness. How you feeling? You feeling better today? No, I can't see I can't see it. I can't see it. And Annie, it is. It's getting real bad. And I'm telling y'all, we ain't seen nothing yet. We ain't seen nothing yet. And that's why and we are very vulnerable, when we got a lot of divides. So and you just think look at this. You got the young people that don't like the older people saying we jealous, and then you got them passport bros that saying they don't like black women. And all this division, and then the Trump get in office and they change all these laws. Just think about that, y'all. Think of that. It would be perfectly orchestrated. Unless you are my or host. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. No, I feel worse actually. Yeah. Oh, you feel worse? Wow. So you was able to go to the doctor? Has it been 10 days? Only the hosting mods are allowed to post links. That's why you can see it, but we can't. I got you. I didn't know that. You taught me some baby girl vibes. Oh wow. Yeah, it's been the doozy of a day, y'all. All we can do is stay prayed up and tell the truth. Get from behind these lies and survive. Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about before we go? I didn't got tired. I didn't ran off at the mouth. Now I'm kind of tired now, y'all. I be following some of these prison people too. These younger generations, y'all, that's another thing. It's something different going on. They mentality on how to navigate and what's acceptable. They was talking about salad tossing and excuse my French, licking their boyfriend's booty holes. I mean, unbelievable stuff. Do you remember when Trump came out? I do. Right. I remember the day I woke up, I was talking to my mother about that earlier. I said, I remember I woke up and I was shocked when I realized he beat Hillary. I was shocked. Wait a minute. Wait, let me go back. We have forgotten that the mentally ill criminals' poor asylums were emptied and put on the Mayflower with Columbus. Is that what happened? Awareness? I don't know about that story. You're going to have to educate me. Yes, I was informed that only mods and hosts are only allowed to post links, so it will show it in awareness spot. Okay, that's good to know. And this white man and an Indian was in a bar, and the white damn shit, the Indian man killed him. At all. Nah, this one, no. This wasn't a prison, baby girl vibes. Oh, it was a guy, a new young guy that's talking about he transitioned while he was in prison. Got a new page on TikTok. And it's a lot of girls, like, regular chicks running around following him now because they want to ask questions because a lot of their boyfriends in jail. And he telling them these stories and they sharing stories. They talking about what they do in the comforts of their own home. That happened. I don't remember. I didn't know. I don't know nothing about that, Annie. Hi, Nee, just welcome in. We got to get you out of here, Nijis. We ain't got time for the bullshit. Bye. Tell your mama that. We got it. We got our first troll for the night, y'all. See. let me hide her. All right. I banned her, so she should be gone. He came from India. What'd you say, awareness? The King of England did not think they would make it to land. Thought they would die off in the ocean, getting rid of criminals, mentally ill, weak, and in sick citizens. That's terrible. And that's another thing about what we had a troll, or are you talking about what awareness talking about? Baby girl vibes. When you start to uncover a lot of truths about that England is a MFer. England is a mofo. I went to look up something, came back. Somebody didn't. Yeah, I got them out. I banned them. If Trump comes back, I fear this might happen. Listen, I fear a lot can happen because they get that Project 2025 is getting rid of all forms of government regulation. It's an evil agenda with that 2025. It's an evil agenda. And We ain't got to. These people ain't got to worry about selling wigs and fake nails and eyelashes because we gonna be. They gonna be fighting for their life. The UK was in control of countries on the continents of Asia, India, Africa. Yeah, and they was, and I didn't even know they was in control of all them little black islands too. Yeah, it was a troll, baby girl vibes. Those those the English is in control, rule over, like, all them little black islands, and stealing and stealing all the natural minerals and resources over there in Africa. They done stole so much from them Africans. It's terrible. And then Africa don't make it no better because they'll sell it off and don't give nobody a dime. They people. I mean, whether you look to the left or look to the right, it's crime just everywhere. It's crime everywhere. But that's my fear too, though. Awareness, like Trump get back in office, we gonna see some things that we just never could have imagined. He done already said if he get back in office, knows that the news media and anybody that went against him is war. And the country was so jacked up when he was president, as far as people reporting lies, and Fox News and all them just reporting just crazy stuff that wasn't the truth. I never had seen the news media be that corrupt. I mean, it was a level of corruption that was just, I'd never seen it before. I just really hadn't. Throughout the Caribbean world, Haiti was the first to become free from UK, and they fought for it. That's why no one helps Haiti today. Black folks acquire their independence. And Haiti struggle, and Haiti one of the poorest places. Yeah, because if they can't capitalize off us, then they ain't got no use for us. Yeah, he gonna take revenge. You can Google that, Annie. You can Google that. Okay. If not, we enjoy you, appreciate you being here. I think he gonna have a vengeance that we can't imagine. And Putin gonna be right there supporting and guiding, so he can figure out how to turn that office in a dictatorship like Putin did. Because when it went from the Soviet Union to Russia, it's supposed to have been an open democracy. Putin got in office and he ain't left since. And anybody that run up against Putin end up getting food poisoning and dying. Yeah. That's gonna be that. I think that's his number one agenda more than anything. Is number one to secure how to stay in office past that last 4 years. He was trying to do it already. So y'all think he ain't gonna do it this round? We never had somebody be interviewed and want to answer the question and lie about, so if you lose, is it gonna be a peaceful transfer of power? Corruption in media has existed since the beginning of time. I agree. China told their citizens that we control what you hear, and USA lies and say we tell you everything. Trump did not lie about false news. No, I'm not disagreeing with that. The news that he reports was a lie. He told more lies than I was accustomed to, or at least more lies that I was aware that was lies than ever before. Everything that came out of his mouth was a lie. And with that Central Park, I mean, way back with the Central Park 5 when it comes to Trump, first thing out of his mouth was give him the death row. Called them thugs and everything else. And all five, and these boys was 13, 14 years old, young boys. Said unalive them. And fast forward, all five of them boys was innocent. And his daddy stayed in court because they didn't want to rent to black. They were sued. His daddy was sued back in the day in New York because they wouldn't rent to black people. And they was able to prove that they was doing racial profiling and not renting to minorities. But I know about China, but so Russia does the same thing as China awareness. They doing that. Russia was doing that recently with the war that they dealing with Ukraine. They control the media and what those people can hear and watch on the news. The only good thing I can say about Trump, I know what I'm dealing with. Ain't no mystery in it. Which is wild, but his false news simply amplify false news in our media. I love USA, but I acknowledge propaganda too. Yeah, I do too. But at least other countries acknowledge their control, but we lie about it. Yeah, because just like, and they doing subtle control over here too. Anything we talk about, y'all, if you talk about a product or a particular store, you'll start seeing that stuff pop up because that AI is dangerous, and that also is feeding information to companies and the government. It's a lot going on that they're programming us right now. Subtly. It's I'm gonna be honest too. I think more than anything, they messing with our food. They messing with our food. Anyway, y'all, I might come back on tomorrow, or I'll come back definitely sometime. Maybe not tomorrow. I got occupational physical therapy. It depends, but I'll be back on this week. I enjoy talking to y'all. If something else come up that I feel like I want to talk about, or if y'all got something y'all want to talk about, drop in the comment and I'll come live, do something like that. But article was published July 18th. Okay, I'll look for it. July 18th. All right. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Feel better. And we'll all speak again. Have a good night, folks. Thanks for coming. Thank you for being here, Annie. Make sure you come back.